Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine, and today we are going to be using my steam juicer to juice some apples, and then we're going to be canning that apple juice, and then what's remaining I want to dehydrate. So we've got a lot of different steps along the way, so I thought I'd bring you with, so come on with. Okay friends, so first things first, I have my jars ready in my Presto digital pressure canner, which you can do the boiling water method. And I have my utensils out, the directions, my ball guide. I have my apples, which is what I'm going to be putting into the colander part of the steam juicer, just with a tray underneath because they're wet. And then on the stove, I have the other part of the steam juicer, with the bottom filled with water, which you'll see, and then the middle area is empty, and then this sits on top. So until I get these all cut up, I'm not turning that on yet. I do have an extra little bit of water because the bottom you do not want to go dry. So let's just do this first step. I'm gonna get these apples kind of ready. They do need to go, you can stick cores, everything all in there. I'm not sure how much juice I'm going to get from these, but whatever it is I'm going to take. So this is roughly 3 pounds of apples. So I'm going to get to cutting, and I'm going to be putting them right inside this larger colander. Okay, I just turned the stove on, and here's the juicer up close. This is hanging up high, my lid, and then here is the pot of apples, and I'm putting that right on top. And the biggest thing you have to remember is make sure that the hose spout is in the front, and I'm just putting the lid on. So I did grab the book out too. This did come with a little guide, and these have to process fully for 60 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer right now, which means that all the juice should be extracted in 60 minutes. So I'm going to wait until this starts steaming. The juice will form in here from the apples up above. And then once you see this starting to get filled, then you know that it's time to start filling your containers. And what I'll do is I'll just have a really big pitcher, and then I'll fill the jars from there. So right now we're just gonna wait on the 60 minutes, and I'll come back and I'll show you when it starts gathering in that hose. Okay friends, the timer just went off. So this has been going for 1 hour, and I didn't think there would be a ton of juice. So I'm just going to turn it off, and I'm gonna take the lid off. I'm opening it away from my face, and they look pretty steamy, juicy. So what I'm going to do is I have a tray, because I'm going to have them, oh yeah, there's a little bit of juice in there, we'll measure that out. So I'm going to put these on my dehydrator. I kind of cut them in pretty good slices. So we're going to let that kind of strain off to the side. And yeah, not much happening here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to actually can this. It's pretty minimal. So I might throw the apples back on for a little bit longer since I've got everything warmed up, and I'm going to check it in like a half hour yet and see if I can just pull any more juice out of those apples. Those are pretty juicy apples, so I'm a little shocked that it didn't produce more juice. So I'm going to pop them back on, and we'll check in a half hour. Okay friends, it's been another half hour, and I've got to get dinner going, so I'm a little kind of upset, but what else can you do? Learn from it, right? So there was 3 pounds of apples in here. I just turned this off. I'm going to open it away, see if there's any more juice than what there was. I did kind of crank it up a little bit, so I'm going to pull this off. And And set that to the side. Yeah, and there's really like hardly any juice. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to take this off and pour it in my container and drink it. So I pretty much got my Presto out for nothing, but I wanted to keep the integrity of the juice. So let's just see how much I actually got. Okay friends, let's get this off the stove. I've got my cup out and let's see what juice we did not get. I gotta let this cool down. And from the 3 pounds of apples, that's what I got after an hour and a half. So, needless to say, I'm definitely disappointed. So right now, it's literally exactly 2 cups. So the only saving grace is I'm going to, well, I guess I need these on. So I'm going to take these apples that I had cut up that were steamed, and I'm going to get them on my dehydrator. So I am going to let them cool for a little bit, and then I'll come back and get them on my dehydrator trays. Okay friends, well, we just got done having dinner. Things are cooling down, except for maybe my temper, haha. And I just wanted to show you, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the leftovers of the apples onto my dehydrator sheets, but this was it. My 2 cups of juice after an hour and a half and 3 pounds of apples. So I guess I should be grateful, right? And I'm sure it's delicious. And I'm just gonna chalk it up to experience. So I've only done bigger batches, and I thought this was a big enough batch to do, but obviously it's not. So my canner was all warmed up, ready to go. It was like perfect timing, and I'm just gonna try to not to be disappointed. So I'm gonna set that in the fridge, off to the side to get cleaned up, and let's move on. So I have my silicone trays or sheets on my trays just to help with ease of, oh dear, these are pretty mushy, of cleanup. So I put everything in, including the cores, so I'm going to kind of pick around the cores and put that in my compost. Should I taste one of these? Why don't I taste one of these? Let me find a small one. Here's a little one. So I just feel like there's tons of juice in these, and I follow the directions, like literally, and it says 60 minutes of steam time. So I guess I've only done other types of berries before, and I actually had the pot filled. So I guess I've learned my lesson that I'm not going to do the smaller batches. All right, I digress. Let's get these on the trays and then into the dehydrator. Okay friends, so I've got roughly 4 trays, and I just kind of spaced them out really good so that the air can really flow through, and we're gonna get these in the dehydrator. Okay friends, we're just gonna get these in the dehydrator. This is my Kasori. And like I said, it's, make sure there's nothing sticking to the bottom. I just kind of spaced them out so they're not crowded on the trays. And I'm just kind of filling the middle. So I'm not doing the top or the bottom. And then it's plugged in. Plugged in. Let me turn the switch on. There we go. And for fruit, you basically want to do 145. Okay, and then I'm gonna do like 16 hours, so that'll be tomorrow. And hit start. So we'll see you then. Okay friends, the 16 hours are up, but I'm sure they're not quite dry yet. Yeah, they're still, well, this one's not too bad, but they're still kind of pliable. So I'm going to just put this on. I'm gonna set it for 8 hours, but so temp is fine. It's 145. And then time, I'm just gonna do another day on it and then just let it go. And they should be dry. So I'll check back in tonight. Okay friends, the 8-hour timer is up, which is the second timer. And they're a little bit stuck to the silicone, but they are, pretty sure they're done here. Oh yeah, they're snapping apart. So I'm gonna get these jarred up and vacuum sealed, and then we're gonna get this video closed up. Okay friends, we're just gonna get these out of the dehydrator and put in some mason jars. And yeah, they're good. I might just snap the bigger pieces in half. Okay friends, this is definitely not a fail. This is a learning opportunity, right? So I had 3 pounds of apples, which I thought would yield more juice. To show you how to fully use the steam juicer, I ended up getting 2 cups, which I'm very grateful for, and it's very delicious. 2 cups of juice. And then from the 3 pounds of apples that I juiced in the steam juicer, I steamed them, I dehydrated them. So I dehydrated them at 145 and roughly a good 24 hours because they were a little bit thicker. So definitely not a fail. I've got some juice. I have some dehydrated apples that I can put into smoothies and yogurt, etc. But just, I wanted to show you how to use this. So now you know. Now you know. Definitely fill it up as full as you can to extract the most juice that you can. Well, like I said, I'm not calling it a fail. I'm calling it a learning opportunity. So thanks for stopping by my little channel. And if you learned anything, let me know down in the comments. Or if you have any tips or suggestions, I would appreciate it. And thanks for stopping by. And if you like videos like this, hit that like and subscribe. And I will see you next time on Christine's Routines. Take care and God bless. And today we are going to be doing and using. And today we are going to be using my steam juicer. It's a, you know. If you like videos like this, yeah, this really isn't going anywhere. I'm kind of at a standstill. The juice is delicious. I got 3. Not 3. Let's start this over again.